Hey, it's Terry again. Um, Hopefully this video will be on the shortish side, but I always hope that. Sometimes they aren't. I want to talk to you about my addiction to opiates and how that came about. Um, back at back in 2013, they found a tumor in me. It's a nerve tumor. It's about the size of a 12-ounce can of Coke. And it's in my pelvis and it hangs off the spinal cord, yeah. And it's every bit as much fun as a tumor that hangs off your spinal cord sounds like. It's just an incredible amount of pain. And so I had surgery and they weren't able to remove it. Had radiation and it didn't shrink. And right now I'm working on a fifth opinion. I just want this thing out of me. I don't care if I have to go to Guadalajara. I'll get it cut out eventually. They go, well, you can't. Well, yeah, I'll come back to that in a little bit. So when you can't cut out a nerve tumor, their solution was just to have me go away. And so they gave me a great big old bottle of pills and said, come back when you run out of pills. Well, Percocet, Vicodin, morphine, morning, noon, and night. Doesn't take too long before they stop doing that much for you. And you tell them, hey, they're not doing much for me. And they'll switch you to another pill. If you were on Vic, then they'll switch you to Percocet and vice versa. And then when you go to them again, they go, well, we'll just up the amount you're on. And so finally, a few years later, you wind up in two issues. A, you're on a really high dose of pills and it's not doing much for the pain anymore because you've just gotten used to it. And not just that, you can only take these pills so long before you get addicted. I mean, I was having a really hard time making a bottle last throughout the month. And a couple of times I had to call up and say, I need some now. Now, and this was in a situation where, I could get the things for cheap because the insurance to pay for them. They were plentiful and they were legal. And so, I mean, if you're gonna be addicted, that's the way you want to go. But this tumor and this pain may or may not kill me. But being a mismedicated, mentally ill junkie, that's a death sentence. I mean, just any way you cut it. And I'd tell them, hey, I'm getting addicted to these pills. They go, oh, no, you're not. You're doing all the right things. You're going to your doctor's appointments. You're going to physical therapy. You're going out to exercise. You're meditating. And I'm like, no. I know what addiction looks like. I have all sorts of addiction running on both sides of my family. Well, it doesn't run, it sprints. They go, don't worry about it. And I'm like, but when I tell them I'm going to have this tumor cut out of me, it's like, oh no, think about that. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'm ready to die on the table if that's what it takes. So, anyway, like I said, I'm not going to devolve into a junkie in front of my kids. I wouldn't do that. I don't need that hassle or anything else. So, I'm a compulsive person. I can't cut back on things. I'm unable to wean back. So I went cold turkey off of them. And I spent one of my favorite week and a half in the bathroom just trying to stay hydrated from losing liquid out both ends and trying to massage the cramps out of my muscles. And then I didn't sleep for 2 months. And And here's the funny part. I didn't tell them I'd quit. I kept getting the scripts filled because I thought if the pain gets worse and they need pills, they're not going to give them to me again. Because they say there's, the war on opiates, we're going to crack down on opiates. But they hadn't told the opiate manufacturers to stop making pills. So they're not cracking down on opiates, they're cracking down on patients. So, and just my last visit. Anyway, so I showed up one time and they made me do a random piss test and I pissed clean. I didn't even think about it. And they were like, that's strange. And they go, don't worry about it. We'll have you take a real test, one that'll verify one way or another, not one of these cheap ones. So while they were waiting, I was in the room waiting for them to come back. I just left because I didn't want anything to verify one another. Then I called them up and I said, oh, sorry, I had a panic attack and had to leave. So, I couldn't even keep them in the house because I'm that addicted to them. At this point, you can leave an open pack of cigarettes in the house and I wouldn't smoke them. But if you leave a bottle of oxycodone or hydrocodone in the house or morphine in the house, I'm going to take them. So, getting off of them, it's, take Klonopin, for example, or other benzos. I'm heavily physically dependent on them, but I'm not addicted to them. They don't make me feel good, and I don't have a shitty day and think to myself, what I really need? I need a Xanax, I need a Klonopin. But these other pills, I didn't know if I needed the pill because I was in pain, or I didn't know if I was in pain because my brain wanted a pill or it was making my body hurt more. So, if you ever find yourself in the grips of this, do not expect help, support, or understanding out of the medical community. They're either you're a pill-seeking junkie, or they turn the tap on and don't worry about how much you take or what it causes you. And, just think how many, vets who come back and have got addicted that same way. And then they turn the tap off real quick. So, like I said, it was screwing up with my psych meds too, because I was really messed up in the head and nobody could tell what was the psych meds and what was the opiates. And so it was impossible to get any real hold on all the things I was going through. So if you're given these things on a regular basis, be careful. They'll get you eventually. And not to mention, the super dangerous combo of benzos and opiates, which is how a lot of people wind up dying. A lot of people. And I don't know, I'm not going to say this is a cautionary tale or anything. I'm just kind of wanting to give my experience with the addiction and going off of them, and more than that, how disaffected I am, disillusioned I am with the medical community, that not that they'd put me in this situation, but that they just wouldn't give a fat fuck once I told them about it. So, I don't know, maybe that wasn't a long story short, maybe that was just a long story medium. Anyway, thanks for hanging in and listening to that. I appreciate it. And like I say, take care of each other. And see you later. Bye.